my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso on S3. The South African poultry industry has, unfortunately, it's been hit by a highly pathogenic avian influenza. Now, the affected farms have been placed under quarantine. No live chickens and eggs are allowed to be removed from the farm, forcing us to make an alternative choice. We have nutritionist Liam Burke in studio to shed some light on this topic, because I think a lot of people are now panic buying when they see eggs in store, and you see on social media that there are a shortage of eggs. But Liam, it's great to have you here. So
thanks for having me.
Yeah, Liam.
Great to be here.
Thanks so much for coming through. I think a lot of us, like Zoe said, are potentially panicking or potentially panic buying and want to kind of just get at ease with what's going on. We had a great chat earlier. But let's talk about the actual sort of issue itself. How much of an impact this is having on us? I mean, especially when it comes to nutritional risks, are we going to be affected by the shortage? I know eggs provide a big nutrition in the whole industry in itself. Like, how much of that is being affected right now?
Sure. Great question. So, look, I mean, eggs, they're a powerhouse. You know, you're not going to be able to compare it to many other foods out there, unfortunately. But in saying that, it doesn't pose any risk in not having it. You know, we'll get to a bit into substitutes. But first off, what you want to think about is, you know, the eggs itself, they come with so much. They're so packed with fats and vitamins and proteins and whatnot. But we can substitute it. There's no problem with it. I think people are just going to miss their eggs in the morning more than anything else, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, no dietary concerns.
Okay,
nice.
so do not panic. Now, I know they always say do not eat raw eggs because there are a lot of foodborne illnesses that can come from eating raw eggs in particular. But you see these protein people, like the fitness stars, him doing the raw egg shakes. Why is it so important, especially now, given the avian flu, why is it so important to rather cook your eggs or make sure you don't ingest raw eggs?
Sure, absolutely, great question. So yeah, I mean, we all know cooking actually eliminates all the viruses, the pathogens. I think for now, I think it's quite generally safe when you cook it through properly. I think there's two factors in this that we really need to actually consider. The one right now, I think, is making sure you cook your eggs properly. A lot of us like our sunny side up. So for now, I would stick with a poached egg. I'd actually boil an egg for now, making sure that, you know, there's absolutely no virus or pathogens in it, you know. The second thing that I'd want to consider is making sure that you're being clean, cleaning all the surfaces, sanitizing properly, washing your hands, making sure that, you know, there's no residue left afterwards. And then lastly, also, you can refrigerate your eggs. I know a lot of people also leave their eggs out of the fridge, but studies have shown keeping the eggs in the fridge can actually slow down the rate of the viruses spreading.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Some sage advice coming through there. So definitely stay away from anything raw, right?
Yes.
So Rocky Balboa movies and stuff like that. Ignore that.
None of that. No Arnold Schwarzenegger, no Rocky Balboa.
Now, there's many of us that I think daily live on eggs, right? It's like part of the habitat that we have, part of the habits that we have, sorry. What are the alternatives? Are there going to be alternatives? You mentioned, obviously, we can replace it. Let's dive into that right now, because I know a lot of us have already looked at alternatives when it comes to eggs. Maybe this is insight and incentive for many of us to change our diets. What have you got for us when it comes to this?
So, look, I mean, there's just so many different options. There's nothing quite like the egg, you know, unfortunately, but it doesn't mean you can't replace it. For a lot of us South Africans today, we're trying to get the low-cost meals, of course. I know me and my family are too. So, first, let's start off with some oats. Some oats are great. I'd watch how much you'd have of it, because a lot of us are watching our calories these days. I know I am. So yeah, oats are great. They're versatile, protein-packed, lots of minerals. It's a good fiber. So that's a good first option I would stick with. Yogurt is another fantastic one. Great fat, good minerals again, good protein. And the same with the oats and the yogurt. You can mix up with things. You can put some bananas in there. You can put some apple berries, some chia seeds, you know. So those are two good affordable options, I'd say. If you've got a bit more of a budget, I would do some fish in the morning. A nice fish on some rye or some sourdough if you can afford that. Again, packed with good fish oils,
fats,
omega oils, fats, all that. Yeah.
Liam, I'm thinking of recipes now, you know, because they always say the eggs are the binding agent.
yeah.
Yes.
How can we, let's say I want to bake a cake and I want to just, you know, don't want to have eggs, or I don't currently have eggs. What would be a great substitution for
Good
that?
idea. Yeah, of course. It is a great binding agent. Everyone cooks with it, of course. Bananas are good. Bananas make a good binding agent. That's something fantastic, also nutritious. Otherwise, applesauce. Applesauce as well is something that. So those are, yeah, applesauce. I never thought of that before. I'm not much of a baker myself, but yeah. So applesauce, bananas. Those are two really good ones to look at.
Nice. Look,
Yeah.
I also heard this theory of something going around right now. We have a lot of ostriches in South Africa, right?
Yes.
Ostrich meat is like rife.
Oh, yeah.
Very good for us as well, apparently.
Right, right.
What happens when it comes to ostrich eggs as an alternative, maybe? I don't know how easily accessible it actually is, but I've heard it being a decent alternative.
It is.
What are your thoughts on that?
I'd say go for it. If you can afford
Yeah?
it, do it.
Okay. I actually have no idea what the price is.
I know
obviously,
either.
or-
I haven't seen ostrich eggs on sale before myself, but
Quite interesting, yeah.
it would be interesting.
Probably serve the entire family and some
Yeah,
as well.
It must be
When you
quite
see
a big egg.
the decorative
Yes.
painted
Yeah.
parts, that's ridiculously overpriced.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the Flintstones right now. I'm cracking one of those big eggs on there. No, but sure, that's a great option.
Okay, nice, man. But look, I think it's an interesting conversation because, like I said, it's not only the fact that we're looking at the avian and bird flu that's going on, but I think it's a great incentive for us as just normal human beings to look at alternative sources of our food, taking accountability for that too. So, love what you come through with this, man. Thank you for these nuggets.
Yeah, I hope it helped. Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for having me. It was great. This was a lot of fun.
Oh, thank you, Liam. Well,
Excellent.
listen, that is it. We want you to not panic. Yes, there could be a shortage of eggs due to the avian flu, but do not panic buy, do not panic. Find alternative solutions to make sure you hit those proteins, you get the right nutrients that your body needs, and there are many alternatives that we can use in the meantime for breakfast solutions or even for your baking.